Hi, this is Tanya Johnson with Credit for Success, and I'm coming to you today to go over Divorce and Credit Part 2. So you probably already reviewed my Divorce and Credit Part 1 video, so we'll take it from here. We actually left off in Part 1 discussing authorized users. So just a little recap. You want to make sure as you are assessing your credit cards that you review who you have as authorized users. If the authorized users are your spouse or your spouse's family or friends, you want to remove them. Next, you want to make sure that you're actually paying your bills on time, consistently throughout your divorce. Reason being is you don't want any late payment history on your credit, as that will make your credit score dip. And you'll see in a minute why you may need your credit while you're going through a divorce. So the next step is to contact your creditors for two things. One, you want to discuss your current situation and what you're going through, a divorce, and your financial situation. They are not bound by your divorce decree. However, they may be willing to set up a payment plan with you for some of your accounts. The other reason why I told you you need to make sure you're making consistent payments on time, that you may need your credit, is if you have any joint accounts, they're not obligated to split those accounts out. Normally what happens is one spouse will take the existing account, the other spouse will have to reapply, which means using your credit. So this often happens in cell phone bills, and then also for mortgage loans, home loans. So you will need your credit for that. So you want to make sure you're making consistent payments. And just to give you an example of what one of my old friends actually had to go through when she was filing for divorce, she was going to keep the house, and so she wanted to remove her husband's name off of the home loan. Well, the judge and also the attorney advised her that she would have to refinance the home loan in her name only in order to have her husband's name removed off of the home loan. Her debt to income ratio was too high. So normally your debt to income ratio needs to be at 36% or less. And this is looking at your gross income less your debt, tells you what your debt to income ratio should be. So if it's too high, it's above 36%, they may not let you refinance your home loan in your name only. So you definitely want to make sure that you have your debt income ratio 36% less or less, and then also you want to make sure that you're consistently paying your bills on time so that your credit score doesn't dip. And then the very last thing you want to do is, as you're talking to your creditors, you want to make sure that you are taking precise notes. So you want to write down who you're talking to, when you talk to them, the time you talk to them, because if they make any agreements with you, you also want to have that in writing. So anything, if a creditor decides, hey, I will set up a payment plan with you to help you pay down this debt, you want to make sure you get that in writing so you have that. So that concludes Divorce and Credit Part 2. I will have my email address, my Instagram and Facebook user accounts listed below. So if you have any questions about the information you heard today in either Divorce and Credit Part 1 or Part 2, send me an email or inbox me on Instagram and Facebook. I definitely want to help you. I've gone through a divorce more than 10 years ago. I wish I had this information when I was actually going through my divorce. You definitely want to take heed to this information if you are contemplating a divorce, or you just started going through divorce proceedings, take these tips and utilize them, so it'll help relieve some of the stress that you have to go through when you're going through a divorce. Thank you and have a great day.